culty. So Sarah and Anthony, Nippy, welcome to both of you. It's good to have you on. And hello.
Hi.
How are you?
You know, day to day, today's a good day, I'd say. I feel really good. I'm excited to chat with you, and Nippy and I are just riding this crazy wave.
It is a crazy wave, Sarah. I mean, look, it's not like you didn't know fame. You were an actress. You'd been on camera before. You'd been in the public eye. Nippy, not so much, maybe. You were a college, ball player at an Ivy League school. But this was massive. You blew onto the scene with The Vow, and all of a sudden, everybody's calling you. At the same time, you're trying to deal with some trauma. Help me understand what this has been like.
You want me to take this one first, Nip?
Yeah.
We'll switch off. I think the first little while was really hard because we were dealing with our trauma while we were in the fight of trying to take this whole thing down that we discovered was not what we thought it was. And we've since learned that it's actually not a good idea to become an activist until you've healed. But that's what we did. And we're okay, but I think we're actually still healing. And part of our healing now is trying to take our trauma and turn it into purpose. And that's been our mantra as a family, is turning something negative into a positive.
That you mentioned your family, Nippy, that means the two of you, especially with your new podcast, A Little Bit Culty, and I love the title, by the way, are kind of doing like public therapy together. Is that a crazy way to characterize it, Nippy?
Yes and no. I mean, I think the overall sentiment that Sarah and I agreed upon was we want to make sure our story becomes wisdom or whatever lessons we got from it and turn it into content. So if that means that we have to share a little bit about our personal lives and be vulnerable, so be it. I mean, I think that's where, you get the lessons. So if we're able to translate that into something that people can apply to their own lives, I think we've done something, we've told our story successful, and we've turned whatever trauma into something that people can relate to and apply to their own lives. I always maintain if you're talking to a cult expert or reading a book about cults, it's probably too late. You've probably had an experience with yourself or a loved one has run into it. So if we can be the kind of stopgap in between that, where you can identify the symptoms beforehand, even if it's just one person hears the story and then maybe 5 years from now, 10 years from now, remembers that they saw something like that in The Vow and makes a better decision, we've done our job. And that means we've done it successfully. So
I have these mixed emotions while you're saying that, in that I binged, like probably the whole world, I binged The Vow. I was transfixed by the story. And at the same time, I thought, what a horrible thing you guys have all been through. But what an amazing thing that you're doing this publicly and telling everybody how it happens. Because that's the number one question, isn't it, Sarah? Doesn't everybody say, but how did you get, you're smart, you're educated, you're, well off, you're not the vulnerable people we assume are going to be sucked into a cult. That's the number one question, isn't it? How'd you not just walk away, right?
100%. And people who've never been in such an experience always ask that, why don't you just leave? And I would have said no. And except for people who've been in an abusive situation or another type of cult-like situation. And those people say, I'm so sorry this happened to you. And they give me a big hug. But I am very motivated to change that and to blow the lid off the shame and the stigma around being in a cult, being in an abusive relationship of any kind, because really this is not just about cults. This is about abuses of power. And ironically, that's one of the things we talked about a lot in NXIVM, so we would never assume that it was happening to us.
Yeah, it's a lot about control and all the different kinds of surreptitious control that people can have over you. When you're a well-thinking, smart, functioning member of society, it can really seep into your life. There might be people, I don't know who they are, watching right now who haven't seen The Vow. So I just want to play a little clip so that someone gets a taste of exactly what that story is like on HBO. Have a look.
27, just turned 28. When I met Mark, I was living in Vancouver. This is around the time when I was into setting intentions. All I knew at that point was that I really liked and respected Mark, and Mark very casually talked about NXIVM, and, you know, there's this guy, he's the smartest man in the world, and he's doing this and that, and there's this community, and, you know, he underplayed it. If anything, I was more interested in working with him and doing whatever he was doing. Keep in mind, I just put it out there to the universe. What's my purpose?
So that Mark was Mark Vicente. He's a well-known filmmaker. I remember What the Bleep Do We Know? I love that film. And if someone like him had come to me and said, this is a great thing I'm involved in, I probably would have done it too. And that's what surprises me, Nippy. I would have probably thought that this thing you all were doing was a great idea because it was about self-help. It looked a lot like, you know, like Stephen Covey, 7, Habits of Highly Effective People. You know, those kinds of things are all good. They all sound really good. Is that the right vein? That it looked like something that was going to be just all good?
That's the hook, at least, and that's the promise. And ultimately, you know, I think people come in. It's everyone's case by case, right? So I came in because I trusted someone. And I had actually said for a while, I'm not going to do your cult. It took the person about a year because the thing had red flags to me and things that sounded just weird. And ultimately I trusted them and I went and took it. It was a little bit weird, but it had some good things and most of it seemed benign. It didn't seem anything, you know, that I would be, you know, adverse to, except for just the Vanguard sashes and bowing, which I took with kind of a grain of salt. And dismiss, which I think is the actual what they get you to do initially. You dismiss things, you go against your gut, and you start to make allowance for certain things. And that becomes a process that you continue to do up until a point. And again, that's case by case. You know, you would have your point where you bailed out, and I bailed out, you know, after about a year and a half because I just didn't think it was something that was going to work. And they invited me back to work on a film project. So each person has their level of indoctrination and it's different case by case. And to your point with the intelligence thing, you know, I don't think intelligence necessarily inoculates you from making a bad decision. You know, there's a lot of intelligent people that are operating on a false premise in the world. So we thought it was good. We took a chance on something and ultimately it ended up being something very clandestine that, you know, we didn't see until we did.
And then you're in deep. And I should mention, like, Mark Vicente was part of this documentary in blowing open this this awful evil force that had a hold and a grip on so many people. And so he's also sort of the hero in this big story. And you want to add something to that, Sarah?
Yeah, I want to clarify that Mark did bring me in, but he also was key in bringing me out. So we're all on Team Takedown, if that's what you want to call it. And
Team Takedown.
Mark and his wife
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Oh, go ahead.
Mark and his wife Bonnie were huge. In fact, if you look at the vow, and you know, and I obviously know them personally. Bonnie's story to me was one I didn't know until I watched the vow. I mean, we had conversations, but I didn't know the extent of what she was going through and how she was going through. And to me, the story, if you watch it again, I haven't watched it, but the thing that really, really struck me is it's a story of love. And I think her love and there's a point, I think, in episode 2 where she basically says, you know, Mark, you're going to have to do this part of your life without me. Because I think Mark was struggling on what she was seeing and, you know, and all that, because Mark was still in. And when she did that, I think that set the ripple effect for everyone in taking down everything, because I think at that point, you know, Mark was able to talk to Sarah to me. I mean, really, it was a short conversation for me. There wasn't a world where physical abuse was going to be acceptable, and that started the trend of taking the whole thing down. But I think that moment when Bonnie would really put it on the line was a very powerful moment, and that was the single time Sarah and I both cried during watching the vow. I mean, we knew the story, but that moment for me was extremely powerful.
You know, it's funny you say this is like a story of love. I do this thing every morning called grinding it out when I'm trying to think of questions to ask my guests, and I invite it. Oh, you did? With me without makeup, looking like I probably shouldn't be doing it.
Great, I love it.
So
I love it.
I'm glad. We have a viewer. So I'm doing this at the coffee maker, and I'm getting the coffee going, and my husband is on the other side of the kitchen, and I'm saying, "Do you have any questions for, Sarah and Nippy?" And he yells out, "Yeah, ask them how their marriage survived." And you just said that about Mark and Bonnie, and then there's you two. This is really brutalizing on a relationship when maybe you don't both see eye to eye on whether it's a cult or whether it isn't a cult or whether you need to escape. How did you guys navigate?
That wasn't in question. Once she told me what happened to her physically, all bets were off, and I immediately went into a process of reconciling my delusion about who we were following, because that to me was a representation of all the emotional abuses that had gone on previously that we had somewhat heard about through a group of women that tried to leave in 2009 that were dismissed, and we were lied to by the powers that be. All those things became fact to me. And it became a process of reconciling how I didn't believe them, how I didn't see that, all the red flags that had been dismissed all became true in literally a moment. So it was more a case of, okay, I'm in protector mode. Sarah and I call it sniper mode. And if you look at a lot of the vow, I'm in sniper mode, like a lot of it. I'm pretty pissed off. I'm pretty embarrassed. And that's, how I handled it at the time. And I wasn't particularly interested in having our personal life become other people's entertainment. However, it serves this purpose of the story of, having people recognize what abuses of power look like and how it can happen to you. And so for me, I was like, get my wife and family away from this immediately. That was the first thing. And then regroup, figure out what our next steps were. And, yes, we made a lot of good decisions in a short amount of time, but we were dragged into this. And they did force our hand when Claire Bronfman got on a plane and tried to have my wife arrested. So in a lot of ways, that forced us into defense mode. And in doing so, our defense of ourselves exposed a lot of the things that were going on and ultimately took down the organization. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I wasn't going to allow this to happen, but I didn't know if we necessarily had the means to hold them accountable in the way that, previous people hadn't. So
that's scary.
All
that's
those
scary.
things
I mean, you just said the name. Yeah, you said the name Bronfman. Again, for anybody who's not seen this, first of all, see it. It's such an incredible program, so educational and so remarkable. Claire Bronfman is the Bronfman of the Seagrams dynasty. Yeah. She and her sister Sarah were part of this and probably gave the veneer of legitimacy. When you see the Bronfmans are pumping tens of millions, I think somewhere around $150 million of their own money into the legal weaponry that it became. But then there was also like the Dalai Lama had a meeting with the cult leader, Keith Raniere, which again gives the notion that it's all on the up and up and that it's all, and
we're aligned with
unicorns
good
and
people.
Roses.
And we're aligned with good people. You need to understand, and this wasn't covered in the vow because it wasn't relevant, but when I first did it, which I think was 2001 was my first training. It was a fledgling company in upstate New York. But in a short amount of time, Nancy Salzman was working with Edgar Bronfman because Edgar Bronfman did do a training and supposedly endorsed it until he didn't, until something happened with his daughters, which I still don't know the whole story. They also had the intern CEO of Enron take their entire staff through a training. I was there for part of that. There was also someone in the health administration in Mexico City. So there was all these influential people who had taken the training, and the president of the company, Nancy Salzman, was in their ear and working with them. So it seemed like there was a legitimate group of people that were endorsing us, and it didn't seem to reflect any of the negative stuff that was going on that we've since learned.
No joke. I mean, Nippy, lots of legitimate. You saw the pictures of the Dalai Lama. You hear about the Bronfmans. And then there were celebrities like Alison Mack. And I have to get a break in. So let me